Engine start.
There we go. There we go. I'm gonna look up and toss. There she goes. Oh, she's tail heavy. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. This is a drone, and I'm Captain Drone, and that is a glider, a huge glider. So I thought, since I taught myself recently how to fly RC planes just by simply taking the skills, learning to fly a drone and transfer them to an RC plane, which is super easy, I thought I would do an RC plane week. So this video is all about gliders. So I have this one, which might look massive to you, but there's an even larger one with an 8-foot wingspan that you're going to see in this video, and I crash it. So check this out. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel on this cold winter snowy day. Now a lot of you know that not only do I fly drones, I do everything in the RC hobby, and one thing I like to do is fly RC planes, and because of that, many of you have asked me what's a really good beginner RC plane to get, and I did make a video on it, and this is what the picture looks like, so go check that out. But other people asked me, what about a glider? Because I never showed any gliders in my videos. So today I brought 2 gliders. Now a glider is also called a sailplane, and the whole purpose of a glider is to use very little battery power, go up, catch the thermals in the summertime. There's no thermals today, obviously, and basically stay up in the air for like hours, and you just fly it around and have a nice relaxing flight. In the summertime, I like to do it in the evenings as the sun is going down, because then it's very, very beautiful and so relaxing. It's very therapeutic. So I have 2 gliders today in my Jeep. One is super large. So one of them has an 8-foot wingspan. It's massively large, and it's a true glider. So this is one of the wings for it right here. So I'm just going to pull out the rest now of the large glider, and here we go. So I've got one wing attached to it, and you can see I've got to attach the other wing, and then it's ready to fly. The other one is a glider, but it's one of those gliders in the hobby that's smaller in size, so it's called a sport glider. This is one of those gliders you fly in the summertime or wintertime when you want to have a lot of fun, because you can use the power up front. It takes a 3S or 4S battery, and it can really move fast when you don't want it to glide, and then you shut off the motor and it just glides around. So you get the best of both worlds. You get a sport plane plus a glider. So this one's pretty good, and you can do acrobatics with this and everything else. So this is pretty cool. So giving you the brand names, I'll put the brand up there. This is by E-Flite. It's called the Casendo Evolution, and it comes with a receiver in it, a Spectrum receiver if you want. So if you have a Spectrum radio, you're all set. You just bind to this and you go fly. It's very simple. It does come with AS3X, so if it's windy out, it won't vibrate all over the place, and it comes with safe, so that if you want to just talk to somebody, you can switch it to the safe, and it will stay nice and pretty much level flying. It won't flip over or anything like that, and you can fly with like one joystick, your right joystick. It's very nice. Very, very nice. This one is called the Volantex W28. You can see it on the tail. It's actually made out of plastic. Most planes in the RC hobby that people fly are made out of foam, because foam is so easy to glue back together if you have a bad landing. You can get planes made out of balsa wood, and you'll see me flying one this summer. I won't fly the balsa wood ones in the winter. It's a little too brittle with the snow, and you know, like you get wet snow on wood, it doesn't work out well. Anyway, so this is pretty cool. I've never seen that before. So this plastic is really good in the winter, because when you come down and land, you have a big wheel here, and the plastic hits the ground, and it doesn't wreck up any of the foam. So it's pretty good. So all I have to do now is put a wing on, and then we can go fly. I'll just show you this. This is the battery I'll be using. It's a 3S 2200 milliamp hour LiPo battery. So it's only a 3-cell battery. You can run both of the planes on a 4S, a 4-cell LiPo battery, but it's sort of overkill if you want to just glide, because you're only using the motor pretty much just to take yourself up. And if you're wondering what the flight time is with a battery like this, there is no such thing as a flight time on a glider, because it all depends how often you turn the motor on and off. So, you know, you could get a half hour, or if you have the motor on constantly, you might only get 10 minutes. But most people, you've probably got a 20 minutes, a half hour flight time to an hour. And I'm going to use a Spectrum radio to fly both of these planes. Here we have our sailplane down in the snow, and I have some cameras here. If you've never flown planes before, all planes have a center of gravity. That's so they balance front to back. So when you put cameras on a plane, when you see me doing it, I'm usually messing up the center of gravity so the plane doesn't fly as well. Today could be a good example of that. Hopefully it doesn't fly so bad that it falls out of the sky. But I'm going to put a camera back here so it shoots this way, capture all the wings. And I just stick them on with double-sided tape. People always ask me how do I stick the cameras on things. Everything is double-sided tape. It's like a one-time use. So I'm going to put a camera back here. And the camera I'm sticking is the one I use an awful lot. That's the Insta360 Go-To camera. Now, by placing the camera back here, as I mentioned, I'm messing up the center of gravity. I'll also put a camera, another Insta360 Go, a small one, on a wingtip. Probably this one over here, so we're looking back at the plane. Connect the battery, and I think it's on somewhat tight. Let me just tighten it. There we go. She should start up. There are blinky lights underneath the wingtips. You can see a green one over there. See it blinking, and then if I look this way, there's a red one. So all I do now is just toss it. Normally I would like some wind. I just don't happen to have any wind. We'll see how good my CG is.
Engine start.
There we go. There we go. I'm gonna look up and toss it. There she goes. Oh, she's tail heavy. Oh, oh.
Engine start.
There we go. There we go. I'm gonna look up and toss it. There she goes. Oh, she's tail heavy. Oh, oh.
Engine start.
There we go. There we go. I'm gonna look up and toss it. There she goes. Oh, she's tail heavy.
Engine start.
There we go. There we go. I'm gonna look up and toss it. There she goes. Oh, she's tail heavy. Now, as I mentioned, it's made out of plastic, so it's durable for hitting the ground, no problem. Hey, the lights are still blinking. That's what happens when the CG is off due to placing cameras on the wings. And of course, my cameras flew off the back as well as the canopy. And now I got to search for the cameras in the snow. Trail over there, that could be a camera that went flying that way. Something went over here when it thundered in. Let's see what it is. Looking down. There's nothing. Oh, I found one. All right. Right, so you can see Jedi Steve back there. He came out to help look for the cameras that fell off the plane. We found one, but we didn't find the other one until, well, I guess we'll find it in the spring, hopefully. But let me show you the damage. All right, so looking down the wing, let's check out the damage. So we have an aileron here that needs to be glued back in place. That's no problem. And we have a flap that needs to be glued back in place right here to get it functioning. So we'll fix that. And then we come over here. The canopy's all good. Everything's good with the motor because it hit the snow. Wings they're designed to pop out if they have any damage. So they were coming out a little bit, which is good. This one here, flap, yeah, got to fix that one, glue that place. That aileron is good. And if we go to the rear, look at my rudder. Here we go. You can see the rudder. It is just hanging on by the top portion, and that is just foam. Again, these are just hinges that come out, so I can put any type of hinge in there and glue it back in place. It will fly again, no problem, but I won't fly it again with cameras on it, not unless I get the CG bang on. I have flown this several times already with no problems. That was the first time I had an issue, and it was a CG issue. So get your CG correct. Okay, can you see me back here? Next up is the Casendo Evolution. Let's try not to destroy this one. All right, I'm going to check the CG on this one. I've flown this many, many times, and it flies great. So let me just find the CG markers. They're quite large because you can put a 4S battery in here, larger size. All right, so that's without a camera. With no camera, I'm just going to fly it close to me around here so you can see it in this GoPro. Okay, this will be a very short flight because I don't have a camera on the plane to show you awesome footage, so very short flight. All right, first things first, let's check our elevator. Yep, and our ailerons, they're doing the right thing. Yeah, going to the right, going to the left. It's good, and I can't check the motor because it's in the snow. I'm going to put gloves on here. It's like -12 outside right now, so it's a little chilly. Pray I don't thunder this one in too, or that's going to make 2 for 2. Got the little blinky lights on the wings, green on that side. Those are aftermarket. I'll put a link below if you want to buy some for yourself. All right, way back here. There she goes. That's how a glider is supposed to fly. Let's bring it back. And I shut off the motor. There's no motor on it right now. It's just gliding. Beautiful gliding. Normally you'd have wind so it could glide into the wind. I'm just going to bring it right past us here with no motor, nothing. It's still in glide mode. It's very, very quiet. Listen, ooh, so quiet, gliding. And then we go a little bit up. I have to keep this in the GoPro so you can see it, so I'm just flying it super slow here. Way over there, I'm gonna come over the camera and over me at full speed. Let's go around, you'll see. And this is with a 3S. So on a 4S, it's gonna go much faster what I'm about to show you. Come around, I'm just barely giving it any throttle. And now, I'm gonna gut it. It's full speed. Well, you can't even see it, it's up there. it zoomed way up in the air. Look at this, I'm just gliding it back at myself. I can only use one joystick to fly it if I want. It doesn't really matter. You don't need to use two joysticks for this. We're going to come nice and low over that camera. So that's all I could show you today. I guess I should just bring it back. I'll just let it glide down. So there, I'm shutting off the motor, and here we glide down. Now to get it to come down to me, I have to push the nose down a bit or else it won't come. On a glider, when you push the nose down, you pick up speed, and that's what happens. So you have to be careful. You don't want to push the nose down when you're close to the ground, or else it will just go very, very fast. I got to give it a little throttle to bring it over to us. And there we go. Whoa, look at that. Oh my God, it just thundered in the snow. So when that happens, what I do is get rid of all the snow. The other thing too is, I'm going to kill the motor here. The other thing too is, I know in the winter when flying, you got to block all the orifices. So these are blocked with tape. Probably can't see it with the sun shining. There we go. That's blocked with tape, packing tape. And there, this is blocked as well. These are cooling areas. Don't need them in the winter because it's already quite cool. Check this out, the ASW28 has been repaired, so it's a few days after the crash. Nothing major was damaged. That's the great thing about foam planes. You just glue everything back together and you're ready to fly again. I thought this thing was so big I wouldn't care about the CG, but I was totally wrong. It cares about the CG. So you can see some of the repairs, fiberglass tape along there. I put new hinges in, and well, it's fixed. And the same as on in the back here. This whole rudder was torn off, so there's hinges in there. You know, like the stuff you buy on Amazon for like $5 for a pile of hinges, and we're ready to go. There's a camera way over there that's going to watch me, so this radio should be good. Let's see. There we go. Up elevator, ailerons right and left. I do have flaps, but I don't think I need them. You can put the flaps on when you come down for landing, just to slow it down, because it is a glider. This thing should fly like a beautiful plane this time. So let's arm the motor.
Engine start.
It should just launch right out of my hand nicely. Like that. That's the way a glider should fly. And there we go, I'll bring it back. It's huge. Normally you would fly these super high up in the sky, but I'm not doing that today because you won't see it. But there she goes. So I'm going to turn off the engine, or should I say the motor. I'm just going to bring it around nice and slow. And the engine's off, or the motor, and now we're just gliding. So it's gliding based on its CG. So I have to give it a little bit of up trim, I notice right now. Yeah, there we go. So, but it's no motor, it's just going through the wind, through the air. Give it some power, pull itself way up. Flying one of these on a summer's eve as the sun is setting is extremely relaxing and therapeutic. There she goes over. There's no motor, it's just gliding. Just gliding around here. I'm going to bring it down for a landing, and I'm going to put a camera on it, a tiny one. I'll see if I can. So to land these things, you have to not give it any throttle because it will just go up in the air. So I'll just get it to glide over to me, and then right there, above the ground and up. There we go. Roll, 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 and do a pirouette. I'm going to have to stick a very tiny camera on it. I've got a little Insta360 Go. I put the smallest one on there. I'm just going to check the CG really quick and make sure. That's what I should did last time. I don't want it to be, oh, look at that. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's a sexy, sexy, gorgeous. All right. Okay, it seems like it's recording, so let's toss her again. Let's see what we get. So, arm the motor.
Engine start.
There we go. There we go. There we go. That camera will pick up the beautiful images as it flies around. Well, I'm going to take it for a short flight here. But with the camera on it, if the camera is going to record, I can take it a little higher. So let's just spin around, go up. I'm going way up in the air now. There we are. So I've taken it way up. Now the motor's off. And I should be able to glide it all the way back to me. Now, if there was thermals, it would sit up there for, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 minutes without any input. In the summertime, you can get that. There we go. That is awesome. So that's what it's like to just soar as an eagle. Since this video is short, I'm just going to bring it down. The cool thing with a glider, and something you have to be aware of, is that as you bring the nose of a glider down, you pick up speed. So look at this. I'm picking up speed. I have no throttle, no prop turning, but as I come around on a corner, I'm going to give it some up. Come around, not to stall it. The wings will tilt and the nose will want to come down. And there we go. I've got it coming down nice and low. And there we go. I can land it too. Just glide along the ground. Oh, 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 and there we're gonna go. We're gonna land. There we are. It does have flaps on it too to slow itself down, but I only use those if there's wind out. Then I can really make use of the flaps. They're very tiny flaps. But all in all, it's a gorgeous glider and it's not very expensive. This is probably one of the most inexpensive gliders you can get. That's 8 feet in wingspan length. It's super long. Do you like my Captain Drone landing pad? It works as a sign too. If I'm ever running for election, I'm going to have these out on everybody's lawn. Vote for Captain Drone. So what was the lesson today? The lesson today was always check out your CG after you add cameras to your planes, especially gliders, because they are designed to balance just perfectly in the air. And yeah, it makes a difference when you change the balance points. All right, hope you enjoyed this video. I will put links to both of these planes below. If you're new in the hobby, gliders are always fun. All right, guys, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you in a future video with many more planes and drones and helicopters and anything that flies in the air, and maybe some RC trucks, big ones. All right, till then I say bye.